Hello, welcome to Wednesday's devotional. Today is Veterans Day, and the staff is off, and we're having a wonderful time preparing to serve the Lord with an evening service tonight. But it's Wednesday, and I want to share with you a devotional thought. Being as it's Veterans Day, I want to just thank God for the veterans we have in our church. Thank God. Last Sunday we had the veterans who were in attendance on Sunday morning stand up, and we had a great number. And I'm thankful for each of those veterans. You see, I believe that Jesus Christ gives us our spiritual freedom, but it's because of our veterans that we have the freedoms we enjoy in America. And I want to say thank you to everyone. I also want to say thank you to those who are currently serving in our military and our armed forces, both here and around the world. We're thankful for you, and we trust that God will give you a long and safe ministry as an officer of our country. On Sunday after church, I went over to visit Mrs. Bowers. As you know, George and Marge Bowers have been dealing with the effects of the stroke that Marge had almost a year ago. And as I visited with her, realizing that she, since last November, has been unable to communicate very well, I just took over and started talking with her and sharing with her how much I appreciated her. You see, I believe she's a Christian veteran. She has served God faithfully for many, many years. So I stood there over her bed, holding her hand, and thanked her for all of the years she sang in the choir. What a blessing it is. A lady who was legally blind would have to memorize much of the music, and yet she sang in the choir year after year after year. I thanked her also for all the years she served with our handicapped adult ministry. What a blessing she was. She loved those people and served them so faithfully. I thanked her also for the many years she had worked with our missionary prayer partners in copying the letters from missionaries and preparing them, getting them divided up. I thanked her also for all the years that she has so diligently gone through every missionary letter and given me a report, an annual report on how many were saved, how many were baptized, and the things that had happened in the lives of our missionaries. I'm thankful for veterans of our church ministry. As I was visiting with her, I also thought about Pat Bideman. Pat is also in a situation similar to Marge Bowers in that she's at home with her husband. Both husbands are taking care of their wives, and their wives are very near to the end, it seems. And as I thought about her, I also thought of a veteran who served so faithfully, teaching 4 and 5-year-olds. Probably hundreds of 4 and 5-year-olds have come up having been taught in her Sunday school class. And then I remember all the time she would prepare so much for missionary conferences as she did decorating and design, and what a blessing she has been. I mentioned those two because right now they're very ill. Their husbands are taking care of them, but they are veterans for their long service in First Baptist Church. I can't take time now, nor could I remember everyone who has served. Even in just the years that I've been here, people have served faithfully for many, many years. And I believe this, just as we should be thankful for our veterans serving our country, we should be thankful for those veterans who have served in our churches. I look back in 1 Kings chapter 19, and I'm reminded of a veteran prophet. Elijah was a veteran prophet, had served God a number of years, but Elijah became discouraged. He'd had a great victory, but then he was defeated in his heart and his mind. He became so discouraged, he said, "God, take my life." And God said, "Wait a minute, I've got more for you to do." In 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 14, we hear Elijah complaining, and he says, "I Even I only am left. And God says, oh no. The Lord said unto him, verse 15, go, return on thy way. And then he shares with him at least 3 more jobs he had for him to do. He was to anoint Hazael as king of Syria. He was to anoint Jehu as king of Israel. Then he was to take Elisha under his wings and teach him to be a prophet, and then anoint him to become prophet in his place. You see, he said to Elijah, there's work to do. While you're able, veteran, do the work of God. So today for our devotional thought, I want to thank God for America's veterans, for those who have served our country so faithfully. Today's your day. We're remembering you, and we thank God for you. Secondly, I want to thank God for the veterans of First Baptist Church of Milford and the thousands of other churches that are just like this church, that have in them faithful people who have served God for years and years. And then I want to thank God and thank you who are still serving. You may become weary. You may become discouraged. You may think you're the only one. But God has you there for a reason, and very likely there's much more for you to do. It may be a young boy or young girl that you need to teach how to be saved. It may be another adult you need to mentor and guide along the way. It may be that you need to pray and be an encouragement to your pastor or other Christian workers. So on Veterans Day today, I want to say thank you, American vets, and thank you, Christian vets. God bless you. Have a great day.